In the 2016 film Terrifier, is Art the Clown a brand new horror icon, or is he just a joke? What's up, everyone? I am Wink.
And I am Skillz.
And this is Scream Cheese. Today, we are talking about the original Terrifier, directed by Damien Leone, starring Jenna Kanell, David Howard Thornton, and Samantha Scaffidi. In Terrifier, on Halloween night, Tara Hayes finds herself as the obsession of a sadistic murderer known as Art the Clown. Skillz, we just recently reacted to the trailer for the sequel of Terrifier, and you hadn't even seen the original, but now you have. What do you think, my dude?
Dude, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's like a total throwback slasher. Art the Clown is instantly iconic to me. Tara is incredibly hot and I want to marry her. I thought it was so good. And I know a big thing was the lack of plot or whatever, but I'm like, dude, there's no greater plot than fighting for your life. And when you look at the original Halloween or Friday the 13th or any of these films, when you look at a slasher film at its core, we put the audience into the shoes of a normal person and they have to literally fight for their life. And there's no greater drama than that.
So when I first saw Terrifier, I've seen it 2 times now. The first time I saw it, there was no buzz about it, right? So a friend and I who really like horror, we were on Netflix and we were in the depths of Netflix. This wasn't at the top of it. It wasn't being pushed. We just stumbled upon it and we're like, what the heck? We'll just give this a try. And I'll tell you, I had a different experience. I loved it. I loved it both times, but the first time was a very different experience. When I had no expectations of the film, dude, it was shocking how good it was. It was shocking how shocking it was. This time around, I've been able to kind of see it through a new lens. I saw just how low budget it was and how the director is really pulling off something special here. He somehow manages to make a pretty campy slasher movie, but it's like the camp is not an accident. And because of that, he's able to keep a serious tone. When your camp is kind of an accident, it becomes kind of like a bad film that can be so bad that it's good. In this case, I felt like it's a camp film that is serious and cool and good. I agree. Art the Clown to me is iconic. I love to see how he interacts with people. I don't know. It's that actor I feel like brings something really amazing with that. And then in the writing, the kill stuff is just really out there. I don't know. I feel like Art the Clown does things that are very shocking, but it doesn't feel like he's doing it for the sake of shocking. It just happens to be where Damien Leone's imagination goes. I think that he is twisted in the best way possible, and because he is an effects person, he's driven by putting us into scenarios where we're gonna see really cool, gruesome effects.
I thought the kills were great in this film. As I've told you before, I struggle with films that draw out a kill or torture porn. So there was one kill in this film that was a little tough for me.
Which one? I don't know what you could possibly be talking about, Skillz.
There was actually only one spot, and it was when Dawn was hung upside down and he basically cut her. It was drawn out to the point where I'm like, okay, in concept, in theory, this idea of how you're gonna kill this girl is already really bad. I only need a taste of that. I don't need to see you saw her completely in half. But other than that, dude, I don't have a lot more to say about it. I love this film, but I will say this. If this film had come out in the late 70s or early 80s, I feel like this would be considered a masterpiece. And I feel like Art would be right there with Freddy and Jason and all of them. There were so many great creepy moments with Art. They also paid tribute to a lot of really good films. In the beginning when Art is putting on his mask, it felt like the beginning of Nightmare when he's putting on his glove and everything. There was spots in the film where they literally used Halloween music. Not literal in the sense where they were using it, but they recreated particular moments from Halloween with the music, which was super cool because it didn't feel like he was stealing it. It felt like he was paying homage to it. And there's particular shots in this film where he is paying homage to to like the classics. I love this film. I love the director, you know, the way he put it together, everything. It was just super cool.
For me, the graphic kind of kill stuff, I know that that's like not your jam, but it's really important to me, especially in this film. That's one of the many things that separates this, the like intense gore. I love the way they do like spurting blood in this movie. It's just like,
yeah, me too.
It's like perfect. The sound effects of it are like perfect. I love, I guess it's whatever color correction they do to it. And I love how clean and crisp the picture is to this movie. I told you early on, this is the type of movie that I think a lot of people would throw a lot of noise and grit on and make it like a dirty kind of film. The way he chooses to make this film like a pristine picture of gruesome stuff, it almost like goes to show you how confident he is about the gore effects and how well they're going to translate on camera. And also, you said how you dug the shots. I did too. I didn't have this thought the first time I watched it, but this time around, I couldn't help but think they are setting up shots where it's almost like graphic novel panels. You could pull a lot of stills from this and be like, oh, it's a real stylistic movie. And it's like, well, no, not really. They just, you could tell that the people thought they had something that looked cool. And so it got presented really cool.
For now, I'm going to give it an 8 because I have to leave room for Terrifier 2.
And I can't wait to see Terrifier 2. I assume there will be a little bit of a bigger budget. I think that we're going to grow into something different there.
I feel like we're in very capable hands. It's the kind of thing where I just trust this writer-director. And I feel like if I would have seen this when I was a kid, it would be a 10, but I give it an 8.
That's really high, though. I'm going to give this film a 7.4. One question before we sign out. It is kind of tough to tell exactly what Art the Clown is. He seems like a dude, but then there's some like supernatural stuff going on. Do you think it's important at some point that we get like an origin story? Or is it better that we just never know and he's just like constantly messing with our expectations?
You could go that route, but in my mind personally, there's a supernatural aspect to it, which was cool because when the film started out, it didn't feel like that. It felt like this weird, crazy guy that dressed up as a clown. But as the film progressed and as it got to the end and then the like overall tone, I'm like, yeah, he's supernatural.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I agree with you. I feel like I want an explanation. I want an origin, but I feel like it's just going to be disappointing and it'll probably be best to just let him do whatever he wants.
I don't think we need an explanation. The only explanation we need is to make it more clear that he's supernatural because we'll just accept that, you know?
All right, well, let us know what you thought of Art the Clown and Terrifier. Let us know if you're super stoked about the sequel like we are. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and suggest your favorite horror movies in the comment section below. We're always looking for something really good to watch. All right, folks, we will see you next time. Peace out, cheesers.
Peace.